Freedom.
Talking Black Podcast.
Freedom. Freedom over fame.
Talking Black Podcast.
Freedom over cycle stays the same.
Talking Black Podcast.
Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to Talking Black. We are on episode 6. Can y'all believe it?
6.
Episode 6.
What they know about that?
Let's go. We a real podcast at this point.
We walking through it.
Okay. So yes, welcome back. Please make sure you check out 1 through 4. We talk about some great things. We keeping it spicy. We are childhood friends giving you culture conversation and a little bit of comedy, especially dealing with this one. I am your moderator for today. My name is Jasmine. You can find me at I am Jasmine Gale on Instagram. And to my left,
Clearly.
to the left, sis, you on the left.
Anyway, she said 1 through 4, but it's 1 through 5. Don't miss that. Don't miss that episode.
We just recorded it today, and it's real good.
I'm Courtney, Life Through Court Ties on Instagram.
Yo, and I'm Dante, Donnie S.O.Flow on IG. And Nicki Minaj.
Don't. So
Do
today, we're gonna do something a little different. I know we normally just kind of jump right in, but number one, I want to know what y'all wearing today. What you
We doing this first? Oh, I'm wearing me. Love Layout brand. Make Black owned great again.
I'm like, who is me? That's what I wanted to
I'm
ask.
wearing me. No, I'm wearing me. Love Layout
wearing
brand.
me.
Subsidiary. Make Black owned great again. I will be having hats coming out because we need to make Black owned businesses great again. Stop giving these companies your money. Invest in a Black owned business.
Yes, ma'am. I am wearing mess in a bottle. My shirt says catch feelings, catch flights, not
It
feelings.
was a fly. My fault.
Because we are about to dig into our feelings today, but I'd rather be on a flight.
Hey,
I'm wearing Billionaire Boys Club again. And that's about where we at.
All right, so giving what the topic is. The topic's gonna be a little heavy today, y'all. We going deep. And with the interest of the topic today, how was y'all week? I want to know. I'm checking in with my friends. I'm checking in with my strong friends today. How was y'all week so far?
Sore.
Cause what you doing now, friend?
I'm trying to get in shape, y'all.
What you doing now, friend?
Trying to get in shape. So
Okay.
this week has been sore. That's all I can say.
And this man is eating healthy.
hey now.
Papas is calling.
Oh, hang
Ooh,
up.
2 wings and a biscuit.
Decline.
Papas is
Decline.
calling me like R. Kelly to a daycare.
Bye.
How are you today? Because I'm not doing this with him.
I am okay. My week started off, but I persevered and I am doing awesome.
Okay.
How about yourself?
I'm good. I was having I'm having a sickle cell crisis today, but I'm here. I'm in it. We committed to the grind. Yeah. So I'm here. Like today started off very, very rough, but I had my boo helping me out. So I'm
As he should.
That's the pandemic prince.
my pandemic friend.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, my pandemic prince. Okay.
Let's schmear on to the next topic.
No, sir. So, all right. We about to, y'all ready? Y'all gonna be open?
Why not?
Of course.
Why
So,
not?
one thing I know we have in common, unfortunately, because we are 80s babies, and the crack epidemic was real.
Get money.
Our fathers weren't in our home.
Yeah.
And oh my God, and due to drugs, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna start with you, Dante.
Okay.
How was it not having your father in the home?
So for the most part, it wasn't as bad as it sounds. My mom did an excellent job of just making sure that she put, certain people around myself and my sisters growing up so that we didn't have that void.
Okay.
But a lot of times, growing up without a father, it was just like a little, I guess it made me a little bit envious when I see other people with their dads.
Okay.
and stuff like that. So that kind of like made me feel a certain way towards other situations, other people. Then you have to look at it from a different perspective, like because I had my mom around me full time, I was able to learn more things about women growing up, from my aunts and all of that. So it helped me in some of my early on relationships and things
Shout
like that.
out to Ma Lisa. Hey,
So
Mom.
mom's dope. But then it was like took a different turn as I got a little bit older because he did resurface and come back into my life. So then
He definitely did.
You get a little bit jealous because you're like, well, damn, he's here for my younger sisters.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm like,
Because you are the oldest.
yeah,
Let's put that
motherfucker
out
was
there.
not like around for that. But then I don't want to make it seem like it was just all turmoil because it was bits and pieces where he was there, and I enjoyed that, and I took the good times from that. But then it was times where he was like null and void, like the motherfucker just didn't exist, But bringing it full circle, we don't have the greatest relationship now, but I think we have a really good understanding of where we are. I love my father, and I have forgiven him, So we talk, we laugh, we joke.
Because I haven't seen it. You know what I saw the last time I was around, your dad was around?
What was it, indirect shade?
Because what y'all not going to do
What
is
did
be
I?
surface level with me. Because the last time I was at your sister's house, Dad came in.
Yeah.
And mind you, I've known this man since I was 15 years old.
Yes.
So Dad came in. You talked to that man like he was a nigga on the street.
So that's the funny thing about it.
He talked to that man like a nigga on the street. I was like,
No,
are y'all
no.
cool now? Like, what's going on?
So this is our relationship.
He head nodded that man.
That's just how we communicate. It is very aggressive. We joke,
Very
we joke and we laugh. And from the outside looking in, it can seem like it's offensive.
Very
but honestly, it's not. Like that's my guy. Like for real.
Because I couldn't tell that day.
Hey, sometimes you're not. He came in, I shot a real joke, boom. Bitch, I hope you're ready. And that's just how we move and how we stickle.
Oh my God.
But that's just how it is. And it may be a coping mechanism, something like that.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm in a good place.
Okay.
And it's not something that
love
affects
to
me
see
on a daily basis that would make me say, well, fuck him. Because for a long time it was, fuck him. But
Absolutely.
growing up and, a lot of people don't have their dads. And the fact that he's still, here and he's doing better and he wants to be around, it's cool.
So you don't think overall it has affected you or shaped the man you are right now?
It has shaped the man I am today.
How so?
Because looking at certain situations, I didn't want to. Sometimes I still have the thought. I just don't want to have kids. I don't want to risk that thought of me saying I'm going to walk out, or me being
That's deep.
to the point where I want to
That's
say
deep.
I want to be overly fathered to the children. So
Yeah.
those are certain things that I wrestle with personally. So yeah, that's
Can we
just
touch
weird.
on that real quick?
Sure.
You said, so I never knew this about you. So you said because of your father, you think about not having kids.
Yeah.
But although you would be a great dad.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But it's just sometimes that's something that would just plague me.
I get it.
But I mean, like I said, it's just something that I had to deal with, and sometimes I still deal with today.
So are you going to therapy at all?
No, I just haven't. Not
Do
saying
you
that
choose
it's,
not to?
I choose not to, but it's not something that it's out of the
Handle.
future or it's not
Okay.
out of control.
Okay.
It's not something that I wouldn't go talk to someone about. I'm beyond the taboo of black people in therapy.
Okay.
So I talk to
Okay.
my sister a lot. She's like my
Which
my
one?
free therapist.
Ash or Jay?
Ash, actually, that's my.
Okay, she's a
that's my
good
go-to.
soundboard.
She,
She just come on, Ash. She's a good
shout out to
soundboard.
Jasmine. She's good with information
Not
too.
saying anything on you, Jay.
That's my
Love
that's
you,
my
Jay.
shoot 'em up.
Not my shoe.
Nah, Jay's a real one. I rock with Jay. I've been to y'all. I feel like we family at this point. We've known each other for so long. Even Courtney, like her kids, my kids.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, Courtney Lene,
Ooh, not.
Jasmine Monique is showing off.
Courtney.
What are we saying?
Courtney Lene.
What are we saying?
So, you're next.
Am I? Okay. What you want to know?
Same question. How has the lack of a father in the home affected you?
I think it At one point I said it didn't affect me. I was like, I'm not affected. I don't care. But it absolutely did affect me. My dad and mom separated when I was 4. I saw him once when I was 14, and I haven't seen him since. So literally, what I can remember is 14, and I haven't spoken with him since 2017.
I was about to say, because you did say the other day he reached out. Not too long ago.
Yeah, no, 2017 was the last time I've actually talked to him on the phone. No, he reached out to my brother, and then blocked his number, and then changed his number, which is why I don't need to communicate with him. But it definitely affected me, and I definitely remember my mother and my grandmother, trying to make sure that I had enough love poured into me to not have to, realize that, my dad was gone, and, my uncles, my cousins, they were always around. And, me not knowing what the reason was, it kind of, it bothered me. Why is my dad not around? Yeah. And as I got older and they finally told me what it was, okay, my mother didn't want me in that environment, and I understand.
What age was that when they had that real conversation with you?
I was probably in middle school.
Okay.
I was probably in middle school.
So do you think that not having a father in the home has affected your relationship with men?
Well, I can't say I didn't have a father in the home, because my mother met my stepfather when I was 11. They got married when I was 14.
Was he active?
So he was, yes, absolutely.
With you? Because I know he was active. Okay.
Yeah, he was active. Because, Christian didn't come along till I was 16. So he was there from 11 until then. So, and of course, me being a teenage girl, I was like, I don't care about him or him. I don't need him around. But he didn't care about me or my little attitude. He was definitely, absolutely there for me, and the best father figure that I ever had in my life. So I did have, from 11 on, I had a father figure in my life, and I thank God every day for him. But before that, it did bother me when the kids' dads would pick them up from school, or field trips and stuff.
Because to this day, I don't recognize Father's Day. I don't even know what that day is. So I get it.
I recognize it for my kids.
I don't have kids yet,
and my stepfather. So I get it. I get it. But it definitely did probably shape how I looked at men and what I look for in a man, and it probably it did lead to some bad decisions. But yeah,
and it happens. Unfortunately, it happens.
So Jay, what about you in your situation?
So, again, I was 4 when my mother decided to leave my, I'm going to be nice.
Donor.
Show us tell me to be nice. I was 4 when she decided to leave that environment, Red Hood Projects. That's where it was at with my father. And unfortunately, my mother was a very young homeless mother. So that very much played a part into her whole situation. Even though she was born in a well-to-do Jamaican home, things happen. But sticking on topic with my father, she left she left when I was 4. I kept asking for him, and my mother was one of the women that did not speak illy of that man ever.
Yeah,
she could have said a lot. Like, now that I'm an adult, she definitely could have said a lot, and she chose not to.
Same.
So I do commend her for that, because I say all the bad things for her. But so I was asking for him, so she decided to, reach out and say, hey, your daughter's asking for you, blah, blah, blah. So I think I was about 12. That man couldn't even look me in my eye. As we're sitting across the table trying to have a conversation, we exchanged numbers. He gave me, he was out of jail again, living with his mother. So he gave me his mother's information. I called. She was nasty. Decided never to reach out again. So, but I recognized from that point on, I never asked for him again. I just was kind of like you, jealous of when people, had their dads around. But however, my godfather was a very influential man in my life. And I thank him to this day. Like, may he rest in peace. He stepped in as a father. So Oh, I wish he was here to walk me down the aisle one day because that would be that man. But as far as relationships, yeah, I tried so hard to be like, no, I don't have daddy issues because I've seen girls with the daddy issues, right? We've seen the girls who really have the daddy issues and how it kind of like beams out of them and how they make horrible decisions. So I vowed never to be that girl. And I fought it so hard, but it reared its ugly head. When you're in a really good, healthy relationship, baby, be prepared to have that mirror turned onto you. So that's when I had to deal with my shit. I had to deal with my daddy issues. And that's when I realized daddy issues comes in all different forms.
Yep.
All different forms.
And in waves.
So, So because of our background, dealing with now, we all have some dope mothers that just picked up the slack, made sure we each had men in our lives to pick up for the lack thereof, and did the best that they can with their circumstances, and pulled themselves from the bootstraps. So with the upbringing that we had, do you feel like you're genuinely a good person, Courtney?
Absolutely. I would give you the shirt off my back if you needed it. I'm not going to say I'm a perfect person. We're all flawed. But at the end of the day, I can sleep peacefully knowing that I am genuinely a good person and I genuinely try to do the right things. Now, someone might not feel that way about me, but I feel that.
Raggedy Dante Anderson. And I'm going to call you Raggedy. Check episode, talking to the mic, my brother. Check episode 5 out to see how raggedy he was. Raggedy.
Genuinely, yes, I am a good person, but I do have thoughts.
And you share those thoughts.
I share those
very
thoughts
openly.
most of the time, but for the most part, yes, I'm genuinely a good person. I try to do good by people. Well invested in my community. I give back. Yeah, I'm just a good person. I usually don't do anything like malicious towards people. I do like to talk about people.
Oh, okay.
So that is...
Because you made some people cry.
Wow, that's a vice of mine. But it's all out of love. I will talk about you and then talk about the person that laughs while they talk, So for the most part, yes, I'm a genuinely good person. Now, to the person sitting to the left of me, who's really not genuinely a good person, but who's about to say that they are, you can also look at episode number 5 and watch how she just tore down a black woman who definitely deserved to be on a list.
We're not talking about that this episode.
I am wholeheartedly disgusted.
I'm disgusted at you as well, my brother.
She would say the things that she said about another beautiful black woman. But I digress. Jasmine Monique.
The fact that you're sticking with this middle name, it is beyond me. For the record, ladies and gentlemen, my middle name is not Monique.
Clearly it's Monique.
So,
clearly it's Monique.
I'm not going to even give you a lot of energy today. I'm going to state exactly.
You mad from episode 5.
I'm just going to simply state exactly what the fuck it is.
Karma is a bitch.
And we're going to be exactly where we are. Jasmine Monique Gill, are you genuinely a good person?
I am. And I think people take advantage of that sometimes because
that is true.
It was the pandemic that showed me I'm running here, there, everywhere for everyone else and not putting myself first. And I'm going to this birthday party and this. I'm telling y'all this right now. I'm going to have to look into the mic for that. For every person's baby shower, bridal shower, oh, my baby's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11. I'm married 3, 4 times. I'm a bridesmaid. When it's my turn, y'all better show up and show out.
You heard that?
I mean, show up.
I'm the flower girl, so y'all already know.
How about a bridesmaid?
I want to throw flowers. I want to
nothing but motherfucking Nicki Minaj songs all through the fucking
Cut his mic
reception.
off.
I'm not fucking playing with her.
Cut his mic off.
Pills and potions, bitch.
Oh,
Not pills. Episode
Straight
done.
to it. Straight to it.
Not pills and I'm not
Because
even
I'm
gonna give it
over
no
the fucking
energy.
fact that Nicki Minaj was not put in the fucking top 4.
Is this episode 6 or episode 5? I'm confused.
I'm sorry. I'm going to get back to what we
I'm
are.
confused.
Where the bathrooms?
Because what I'm not going to do is this with Dante today.
I'm very attitudinal today.
So we gonna
attitude, no.
Yeah, because I had an attitude with you last episode, so you have a right to be in your feelings.
That's
Be in
fine.
your feelings.
I'm
But
saucy.
guess who's not on Mount Rushmore?
Nicki Minaj.
That hoe.
It's because she's a monster.
Anyway,
So let's get into double standards
There's so many.
because there are so many.
So many.
So I'm gonna throw it to you, Dante, since you know you're still in your feelings. You're
You
still a little
in your
raw.
feelings.
Still a little raw. So let's talk about double standards for females. Because you talk about bad bitch from Sri Lanka,
So
but people love to count miles on women.
they do. So I think overall, women can do whatever they want to do. Men can do whatever they want to do. If you want to be promiscuous,
Bust it down
if you
on
want to
them.
be promiscuous, then just be promiscuous. But understand that while being promiscuous, it's going to come with a certain level of attention. Same thing with guys. If you're going to be promiscuous, understand that it comes with a certain level of attention. Now, whether that attention is equal or not, that's the issue. But if a woman is out here doing her thing, no fucking off, sleeping with whomever, then that's her thing. She's having her pleasure party. Same thing with a dude. If he's out here fucking off and doing what he's doing, have his own pleasure party. At the end of the day, yes, both are hoes.
But in society, it doesn't see it that way. That's
Yeah,
the
I
problem.
just said both are hoes. I mean, and if
'Cause there
male
are
hoe
some
is going to be
men
a woman hoe,
hoes out
I'm gonna
here.
call it even across the board. That's just how I see it. But it's much easier for a guy to be a hoe than it is
That's society.
for a woman to be a hoe because
That's
of the way
society.
society views it. Because you guys have a treasure pot, and we're supposed to work for that. But if you're giving out everybody the fucking
treasure
coins, then it's like, why am I going to, work harder than the next guy who got it just because he said hello?
So
So, I mean, like if it's a treasure,
Mm-hmm.
we're supposed to find the map and hunt it down.
So what do
You're
y'all
not supposed to
have
walk
then?
around with the map on your chest.
ooh.
You know?
So what do y'all have? If we have a treasure pot, what do y'all
We have the key to the treasure box. But we have to find out where the fucking box is at.
I
But
mean,
if
because
you
men
keep
are natural hunters.
walking around with the fucking map on your chest, we're going to get the fucking treasure. Make us work for it. Hide it a little bit.
So I feel like that's twofold. I know. I feel like that's twofold in a sense because, in a way, as a woman, I should be able to go out, see a nice guy across the room, and for real, Cyber, for real, we decide when we see a guy, we know where we gonna put him in the friend zone. We gonna bang him, or yeah, he might be. All right, let's see. I like him a little bit. Yeah. So if I see a guy and I want to have a one night stand, that's what I choose.
I agree.
That's what I choose. Now, if I didn't want to make you work for it, that's what I choose. I'm not
Exactly.
saying that there's not women out here that won't give it up for a bag of Skittles. I'm talking about some high value, like y'all want to call it, y'all men want to call it us modern day women. Our modern day women.
No,
I know.
thank
Oh, our engineer is stewing and I love it because he can't say anything. But y'all can check him out on Straight Talk No Chase. He
And
ain't going to
we
be on
got-
this jump today.
We gotta get him on though one
Wes,
day.
we'll get you on. But let's be real. We ain't talking about those gutter. I'm going to throw your McDonald's in the street. You can't give it to my son women. Let's talk about us real women. We have the right to choose. We should not be able to call hoe. Because let's be clear. I'm still going to make you a bomb-ass home. Whatever you give me, I'm going to double. And you're going to be a king.
Yeah, that's fine. But if every person isn't acting that way,
And I agree. That's why I said I know there's some women that will give it away for a bag of Skittles. Yeah. I get that. Mm-hmm. And I know, so ladies.
And there's some dudes out here that'll give it away that quickly,
of course they will.
But, I mean.
I got a two today that I can be like, hey, what up?
According to Kevin Samuels, I'm not deserving of a high value man because I have 3 kids and I'm divorced. Like, I'm not feeling that. Mm-hmm. Like, why is that a disqualification?
And I don't think it should be.
I don't think it's a disqualification.
But it just
what's his name? It puts you in a
that's what I said. That's what I just said.
It puts you in a different category of what guys are looking for, ideally. That's all Kevin Samuels was saying.
Come on, King. Don't choke on the word.
He was hitting on some things, right?
I will give him that.
He was hitting on some things.
Certain points.
Some people put me on to him. One of the engineers in my booth put me on to Kevin. I listened to some, and I do agree.
But I do. He expressed them in a very
harsh, ratchet-ass way.
Straightforward way.
It was just because he wasn't in a suit did not make it any more terrible.
The suit don't make the man.
Terrible.
The suit don't make the man.
Yeah, but let's touch on what Courtney's saying, because I think that is in there. That is a double standard because she has 3 kids and she's divorced. Why doesn't that make her a high value woman?
A lot of guys just don't want to deal with another man's problem. Like you walking into that situation.
But we're expected to take care of you and your baby mama kids.
That's because women are more nurturing and they're more willing to do that.
But y'all are also hunters and gatherers, so why would you not hunt and gather for her family that is now turned into your family?
It could sometimes. I'm not, and this is not me.
Speak your truth, King.
But a lot of times it's just because they don't want to deal with that. You know, kids from another person brings another person into the relationship, and they don't want to deal with that shit.
But I'm gonna tell you this right now. Mm-hmm.
First off, wait, pause. I don't like the lip.
The animosity. It wasn't towards you.
Monique,
I'm sorry. It wasn't towards.
Relax.
First of all, look, Anderson.
Not love Anderson.
So I have made a conscious choice to say I don't want to date men with kids because I have dated a couple of guys with kids, and it was ratchet. Because number one, if I see you not taking care of your children,
it's an issue.
I have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So ladies, please don't cry in your soup, because when you got to see what that man was like with his kids and now you mad because he ain't showing up for your kids, the signs was there. Mm-hmm. I do not play. I will question you. Why you ain't get your son this weekend? Mm-hmm. Why didn't you do X, Y, and Z? Because I want to know what type of man you are. Because these are telltale signs. And what you're not going to do is sit here and say, well, I'm going to do it for your kid, but you ain't going to do it for that lady's kid? That's trifling. Yeah, it's some trifling fuckboys out here.
It's just
as much as you want to sit here and say someone's not a high value woman, there's some fuckboys out here.
I never said that they weren't a high value woman, because you can still be a high value woman with children.
Look at what's the joint who's married to Steve Harvey.
Lori Harvey?
Yeah, that's his daughter.
Marjorie.
Yeah. Marjorie Harvey had a slew of motherfucking kids. Excuse my language.
And
I'm
Steve
sorry.
gave them his last name.
Steve gave them. That's a man that said, hey, I value this woman. I want to turn my home, open my home to her home.
I mean,
yes, it is fair. It is fair. Because
Marjorie, what it feel like to me, it sounds like to me Marjorie was swallowed. But that's another discussion for another day. But the double standard.
She was doing what needed to be done for a woman that wants to get married, keep her man, and combine a family.
She was used to a certain lifestyle.
Yes, she was.
She was dating a drug lord, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And she moved from money man to another money man.
So you trying to say she a gold digger and she found Steve Harvey?
Evidently she is. If the track record says you're a gold digger, then you're a fucking gold digger. I mean, it is what it is. She was accustomed to fucking with niggas in a certain tax bracket.
So whose fault is that? Hers or Steve's?
No, I did not say it was hers.
Because Steve wiped her.
He did wipe her.
And he gave his last name to all of her kids.
That's some simp shit.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. How is that some?
See, we're going to stay on this issue for a long time because of this. So we have to move. But with the double standards, I just think that
this is
it's
bullshit.
different. It's different shit that guys can maneuver through and through the double standard realm, and women can maneuver through.
I think we need to get off this
topic.
topic.
No, I'm gonna let him finish. Just go ahead.
It's like in the world of sexuality, women can maneuver much smoother cross the line than a man can.
Absolutely, because if you come to me and say that you dibbled and dabbled,
exactly. See, right
you gonna
there,
dibble and dabble right out of my face.
That is what we're talking about
You're gay,
when we come to the maneuvering. A woman can sleep with multiple dudes, and a man can sleep with multiple dudes. Dude can be looked at as, multiple women, and can be looked at as.
He had it right the first time.
He get all the bitches, but she's labeled as a hoe.
Exactly.
But if a woman sleeps with a woman, she's labeled as curious, regardless of how many times she did it, or she was just experimenting. But if a guy steps across and sleeps with another guy, even if it's something...
If he's bi.
Yeah, even if he's bisexual, then he's fucking gay. There's no in-between, nothing else into it. So...
I agree.
The double standard shit, it's always been that way. Why? I have no fucking clue. But it is what it is. Because if we tell somebody, if you go out here and you smoke weed, right, one time, then you're not a weed head. You just tried weed. But if a guy sucks dick, like Tank said, one time, that guy's gay. And I agree. If he sucks dick one time, then he's gay.
So I think it is a matter of preference because his wife doesn't have an issue with the fact that he got down with the get down. Now, you come to me and we're having this open and honest conversation. I say, I'm not even going to put this on my relationship because he would cuss me out. If I was dating a guy and I can't even speak. This is how I'm sorry, I just couldn't do it. Like if you just said, hey, yeah, in college, I did X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna have to
you gonna pause a minute.
I'm a good like Molly did what's EC Ray show? Insecure? Yeah, Insecure when the dude told Molly I kind of mess with dudes and she kind of backed off. I'm sorry, even though he was fine, I would have to think about it because I cannot compete with a man's sweaty back. So
new topic.
So
new fucking topic.
It's different.
I'm gonna go ahead and move on because that just fucked me up. I don't.
Next. Next.
Wow, we're gonna move on because Jasmine is talking about backs.
I'm sorry.
If we're talking about backs, Nicki Minaj could have carried that fucking 4 people on her back because she deserved to be on that fucking mountain.
My whole name.
She deserved. Right? I don't give a fuck what y'all say.
I'm just gonna ignore him like he's not even here.
Okay.
So we're gonna go to the next topic, which Dante should be forgiven.
Should he? Should he?
He should be forgiven. Or at least we're gonna try.
Okay.
So let's talk about forgiveness. It's can you forgive and have you done it?
I can and I have.
Oh, give me examples, sis. Because
you already know.
Okay, well, let's see what happened.
You're going to be forgiven for Nicki Minaj is what you're going to be forgiven for.
Gosh. She had a bad bitch that came from Sri Lanka. I
couldn't hold on to that anger and that pain and live my life the way I wanted to live my life.
That part.
So it took me.
What are you referring to? I know what you're referring to.
My ex-husband.
Okay.
If you guys didn't know. So it took me having to really reach deep down inside of myself to let it go. Like, he's never going to be truly sorry for what he did. And I have to let that go. Like, I can't expect to really receive a God-honest, soulful apology.
So, not to cut you off, right? But to cut you off. I think that's a problem that a lot of people have with forgiveness. We're going out to forgive that person because we want that person to, say I'm sorry. But the forgiveness isn't for that person.
It's for yourself.
It's for yourself.
It's for yourself.
So
absolutely.
I can understand how you wrestle with that for some time. But as long as I think what forgiveness is, we have to realize that forgiveness is something that it's a process. It's just not like something that's going to click. You're going to have to work through that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I said I couldn't live the life that I wanted to live holding on to that or expecting it to ever come.
Yeah.
So you have to forgive that person even if they're never going to be sorry. It just has to happen, like, as if it's going to eat you up.
And I agree with you in the sense of so unfortunately, let's say I know a situation where the female told me that she went to her ex and said, Yeah, girl, I told him he owes me an apology.
Oh yeah, no,
First of all,
that's not gonna happen.
heal yourself.
Right.
Because no one owes you anything. Even if you think they owe you, if I did you dirty and I come back around and say, oh, yes, sis, I'm sorry. What is the sorry really going to do for you?
Nothing.
What you did actually cause
Nothing.
more damage than the sorry. So let's work on just healing ourselves.
Fuck a sorry. Give me reparations.
Like,
Give me my 40 acres.
so I love the fact that you said, hey, I cannot hold on to this hurt. This is going to be damaging to me. This is going to be damaging to my children. And I just need to live and let die and move the hell on.
Absolutely.
I love that for you.
Thank you, girl.
Because it's some bitter people out here that's really holding on to some hurt and some relationships, and it's like, no, that person don't owe you. Like, you had them in that space and time. Let's move forward.
Not only in relationships, just in life in general.
Yes, I would say that too,
You walk
because I had to
around-
forgive some friends. I let go of a couple friends. I'm good on you. You still on my wall, but I'm good on you. I'm good on you, and I forgive you and I love you, but I'm good on you.
Well, you know, I had to let some friends go too. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
I mean, we grow. I feel like love and energy is fluid, so I'm not about to hold on to nothing that doesn't serve me. So, Dante, can you and have you forgive?
Yes,
Forgiven.
I forgave, and I can forgive. It's not easy.
It's not.
It's not easy, but it's like I said, it's a process. It's 9 times out of 10 that person said, "I forgive you." It has not taken place at that moment.
No.
Yeah.
It usually takes
Yeah.
some time.
Absolutely.
So if you go through something with a person and they said they forgive you, give them some time. Give them some space.
Give them
And
space.
let them
And grace.
Let them go through what they have to go through. And everything ain't gonna be smooth or like it used to be. You know, they gonna say some shit because you have those pits, you have those ups and downs. You'll forgive a person one day, and you may wake up and you may be like, "Man, nah, fuck that. I remember what that motherfucker did," and it just spirals out of control all over again. But that comes with maturity. That comes with time. That comes with I just literally have to let this shit go because it really hurt me.
Yeah.
You know, and that's another part of forgiveness, accepting the fact that, yes, somebody hurt you. You let your guard down. You allowed somebody to get you, so you were sweet in a moment. And a lot of times, that's the hardest thing. We got to forgive ourselves.
Right.
And then we get to that point, we're like, all right, once I forgive myself, I can move past that.
Right.
All the
Yeah.
other shit didn't really matter.
Absolutely.
So
I agree.
It just takes a little bit of time.
And that's why I said, like, what is an apology going to do for you? And I'm speaking out of, personal experience. Like, I was with someone for 10 years, right? And we end up having a conversation, and he's like apologizing to me, like, yeah, hindsight's 2020. If I would have known, blah, 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 blah. And I sat there and looked him dead in the face. Your apology does nothing. We still are where we are. We're still broken up. You still did what you did. I did what I did. It's done. Like, it's done at this point. Your apology just means nothing, because now I have to heal from you.
Right.
I have to heal from the things that you have done. I have to take accountability for my actions in this relationship. That's another thing that I don't think we do. We can sit here and point the finger and say that person did this, this, and this, and this. But we also played a part.
That's that lack of accountability.
Also played a part.
Yeah.
So we have to take accountability for our actions. Even if it's like, oh, well, you allowed that person to walk over you. That's still an action that you took. You still allowed that person to play with your emotions. Like you said, you let your guard down out in love. But let's be real. We was talking about that was last episode, about going back to toxic relationships. We still allowed the behavior. We still allowed the fuck boy to be in our lives.
Right.
So
'Cause at the end of the day, you always have a choice.
you have a
I
choice
don't
to
care what
leave.
anyone says, you always have a choice.
Have a choice to leave.
Whether
So
the choices are choice from good and bad or
Yeah.
choice from bad to worse, still a choice.
Still a
You
choice.
always have a choice.
absolutely. So, I know this is about to be a little, maybe it's a little deep for me because it's happening. So I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
So the topic is death. It's very real. It's very scary. So I have been fortunate enough that no one in my immediate circle or family I've had to deal with death, right? However, my uncle passed away on my birthday. And his funeral was today. And it got me thinking, This was a man. So I have 4 uncles. Y'all probably only know of the one, right? Y'all didn't even know I had 4
No, I
uncles.
didn't. I'm sitting like, whoa.
So out of the 4, I really know 3 of them. And out of the 3, I really only talked to the one. So the one that passed away, I really didn't know like that. I know the other 2 that live in New York. 3 live in New York. This uncle that passed, it made me realize, like, while I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my God, that I have more family than I know, or that I claim, or that my family chooses to claim. We all have our family issues or whatever. But I guess my point to just watching it today, or, you know, going to the funeral or whatever, it was like, here's this man who had a whole life, who literally is my blood uncle, I know hardly nothing about. And it kind of saddened me because it's like we let so much crap. We let so much crap get in the way of really being there for people. Or really know. Now you have toxic family members, you have toxic family members, and yes, you have to cut them. But there are some really petty things that you could let go to be an active member of your family. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about forgiveness. I think that if it's some old things that can be forgiven, let's forgive so we can be family, so we can be friends, and let's move forward. Sometimes it ain't worth it, and that's what got me thinking today. It literally changed my mind. It's like I'm letting little things, oh, she did this, so I'm not talking to her. Nah, like, what? If it's petty stuff, like, I'd rather let it go. If it's not going to matter 5 years from now, I'm going to let it go. Because that's preventing me from knowing he has 2 kids. Those are my cousins. His son has kids. Like, both his kids have kids. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's family right there.
Right.
That they may need me and I may need them. But we have this whole big thing that's in our family that happened 30 years ago that's affecting what's going on, or affecting and stopping us from being a bigger family than we are.
Wow.
So, how had I know for you? Yeah, I know. I'm gonna pass it to you only because
What you passing, girl?
how has death or death in your family like shaped your thought process?
I've lost a lot of family members. So, the most hard, of course, being my mom. But,
Yeah.
you know, I lost my grandmother in 99. My stepfather passed in 07. And then my mom, my aunt in the same year, maybe 3 months after my mother. And then my uncle 2 years after that. So, death has played a major part in my life, and it's caused me to, you know, grow up a little bit faster than I expected, because I had to take on guardianship of my youngest brother because he had lost both of his parents he was 11 when my mother passed, so I became his legal guardian, and I was 25 with a 5-year-old living in a 2-bedroom apartment, like making maybe $12 an hour. So it definitely made me become an adult, as we say.
An adulterer.
An adulterer adult. And just dealing with so much of it in a short period of time.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. It was tough. It definitely was tough.
So I get that from both of your perspectives, but when we were talking and we were going through the topics, I kind of meant this question to be formulated a different way.
Oh, speak on it.
Go ahead.
I wanted us to speak from the perspective of looking at ourselves as being, you know,
Dead?
no, approaching that.
Not
Because
dead.
anytime, I mean, whether we want to look at it realistically or not, every day we're dying.
We are.
Yeah.
All right, so,
And one day we will.
you know, and it's a journey that, unfortunately, we have to go through. Everyone has to go through it on their own. So I just wanted to know, when I asked that, you know, death, yes, it's real. And is it scary? were you like, I want to say in a sense, afraid of that process? So personally, younger, terrified. Didn't want to think about it. Just didn't even, think. I mean, being that young, you believe that you're invincible. I mean, even when you see like friends that you grew up with that pass or that are murdered or stuff like that, for that moment, you understand that, yes, this can happen. But once you step out of that, you're back to that same process, that same thought. Man, I have forever. So looking at a couple of different things.
So that does change.
Yeah, so looking at a different things, like I'm not afraid to die. Am I ready? Absolutely not. I just don't feel like I'm finished with whatever, I'm here to do. I don't think that has been accomplished yet. And I'm still working towards that. I'm working in that purpose. But I'm more so curious about it because you see different things and you hear, you have things that come from the religious side of it. You have things that come from the spiritual side of it. And I have a great personal relationship, but I question a lot of things. And a lot of people say, well, no, that's so wrong. You're not supposed to question God. You're not supposed to question those things. And my thing is, because a lot of times growing up,
what are
being
you
Baptist,
questioning? Are you questioning?
Like the afterlife in itself, the whole thing. And people say, well, you're not supposed to question it. But I said, no, that can't be true because if he made us and he is in us and that spirit is in us, then he knows that we're going to question it. He knows that we're going to question certain things, even though they say that you're not supposed to. You're supposed to just trust. No, that's bullshit.
Oh, I definitely have a question.
I want to know, and that's just the curious thing. I mean, I want to know what's on that side. Not saying that I'm rushing to get there.
I was about to say, I'm not trying to go no
what's
time
on
soon.
that side? Like, it's unfortunate nobody has went and came back.
Well, some people say they have.
Yeah, but see, I don't know
Some people say
how
they
much
have.
weight that actually holds.
Right.
I mean, being near death, so 5 years ago was 2017, right? I almost died. And I'm going to tell you this right now. It gives you perspective. I didn't, I was in the ICU. Like a normal person's blood count, especially women, it ranges from 12, right? Mine was down to 2. Which means my organs and everything was about to shut down. So I'm in the hospital for 2 weeks. I'm also, after that, another 30 days, home. And though that 2 week span of being in the ICU and really being near death, to seeing people scrambling around, my mom is crying. My mom was more mad for me, well, where are your friends? Where are this person, and where's that person? And call them. I'm holding on. I don't care where anyone is. What I'm worried about is me getting my mind. People don't realize when you are not in the right frame of mind, it can really destroy your health. Because I've been in that space where mentally I was good, and then my mental health took a turn for the worse, and then my health ended up taking a turn for the worse while I was in that 2 week span in the hospital. So it really changed my whole thought process of, I'm not holding on to dumb stuff no more. Life is too short. And I had a conversation with all my friends after I was healthy and whole to say, hey, it did bother me that you was not there, but I forgive you. Because at the end of the day, they have their own lives. They had their own things going on. And I was worried about being healthy. And I was celebrating the people that actually were there. So that near-death experience definitely did change my life. As for trying to see what's on the other side, I'm good when he calls me onto the Lord like this bright-ass light.
So
I'm good.
What do you think's on the other side?
I don't know. It could be the end of life. It could be spiritually. The start of a new life. I don't know. I
honestly don't believe that this is it. I don't believe that we die and it's just over.
I'm good with you in this one life.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Let me tell you something. If I die and we come back, I will find you and fuck with you.
I know you will. That's what I said.
Sure would.
I know you will.
The thing is, I just don't think that I don't think that this is it. I think the energy, our spirits just move on, man. We become something even greater.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I honestly do. I don't know if I don't know if I'm gonna say like there is no heaven, there is no hell, but I do. I feel like whatever you believe in, your mind is going to create that for you.
I agree.
On that next plane.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that you'll go through that until you realize that, hey, get the hell up out of that. Get back to what you were created for. Mm-hmm. And then we just play this game all over again. Yeah. So, I mean, that's just how I feel about it.
Nah, it's good convo, good convo. So, final thought. Yeah, that was the last topic. This was a short episode today.
Oh,
I mean, we got deep enough. You don't want to go deep for like hours.
that's true.
You wanna,
I
you know.
it was there already. I know it was there already. Final thoughts. Growing up without a father definitely did shape me, and I'm glad that he wasn't present because my life could have
I agree. Yeah, my life would have been totally different.
Took a totally different turn because even to this day, as far as I know, he's still not fully off of drugs. Like still in and out of rehab, 60-something years old. So I feel like that probably would have changed my life and not for the better. What is it? Double standards, blah, blah, blah. I'm over it. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. Don't matter what I come with. Death, it's inevitable. It's coming.
Live.
Absolutely. And that's what I'm doing because I didn't get a chance to say, but I did. When my grandmother died, I feared it. I was like, oh, no. Because she was sick, and I watched it happen.
It's a rough thing to watch.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, and
I'm going through that now.
The last time I saw her, we left the hospital, and before we got home, she was gone. My uncle called as we were walking in the door. So I did fear death. I don't fear it now. Like I said, I'm not in a rush for it to come. When it comes, cool.
It's on you.
Oh, it's on me.
Go ahead, girl.
So I went to therapy. I say go to therapy. My father was not in the home, and and have conversations with your parents, y'all, because I just, as an adult, I was able to sit down and have conversations with my mom, like, why did you choose him? Because choosing him changed,
That's why I actually had that conversation with my mother.
But wasn't it enlightening?
It was something.
It was a deep conversation. I like those deep conversations because I don't want to sit here and harvest no feelings towards you. My mom did a bang-up job, pulled herself from her bootstraps. So, yeah.
Shout out Miss Gail.
What up, Mom?
Hey.
But anywho, like, sticking on topic, like, I definitely end up going to therapy because I realized, okay, my daddy issues is showing up in a different way I didn't realize. So, yeah, double standards, they're out there, break every chain. So as far as like death, and we touched on that, like just live, y'all, like live your life to the fullest. What you got, D?
Stay up, fathers. We need you. Also,
not just literally.
Double standards are whack. Be who you are. Death is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. And Nicki Minaj belongs.
Thank you. This has been Talking Black.
I don't give a fuck
Check
what
it
they
out
had to say.
on Apple,
When Ray
YouTube.
returns, he will agree with me.
Ray
that
will
Ricky,
not. Oh, we are missing
Nicki
Ray today.
Supposed to be on there. Go ahead, you can say what you have to
We
say.
didn't touch on Ray. Ray is at the taste of Chicago, living his best life right now.
Probably with Nicki Minaj.
No, he's not.
Because
She's
she's
not
one
there.
of the greatest
That
artists
has
of
been
the
talking
last 15 years. Y'all can leave the set all you want to. This is Talking Black, all right? Starring Donnie is So Fly and Nicki fucking Minaj. That's what it is. That's how we gonna go. Pills and potions. Like, subscribe. What else we gotta say, bitch?
Talking Black Podcast.
Freedom over fame.
Talking Black Podcast.
Freedom over cycle stays the same.
Talking Black Podcast.